What the fuck is going on?
In the blue corner, standing in at 5'0", from Chicago, Illinois, fighting out of the middle of fucking nowhere, Alabama, Jacob Beans. And in the red corner, standing in as high as a giraffe's ass, fighting out of Moonshine Hills, Tennessee, Cody, the mouth of the South. Woo! It's the Inside the Minds of Fighting podcast.
What's up, everybody? We got some good shit going on today. Okay, I'm Cody, the fake management police. On my right, I have Jake. He's in his Jeep today. He's on a road assignment. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something cool. He's in a Jeep. And then we have the man of the hour in charge of Spartan fighting, all the cool shit going on in England, possibly in America, Christian Roberts, here today. How you doing, Christian? Hey, can you hear me good, Christian?
I can hear you good.
Man, first off, before I tell you, I got to give everybody a shout out. Go to www.turfhouseffarms.com. Hit promo code BLUNT for 10% off. Very good stuff. If you got pain and shit, they hook you up. If you ever have a problem, you need some energy, dude, I'm telling you, this fucking Tiger Energy shit, this is the drink for all the rednecks in the area out here, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, Christian, you hit me up yesterday. You said, man, we got some crazy stuff going on. I need to tell me some stuff. So when you told me that, I got chills, and I said, all right, whatever we got to do to get Christian on tomorrow. So Christian, man, just tell me, man, what's some of the good news you got going right second?
Well, the good news is that they're going to lift the COVID restrictions on June the 21st here. So normal business will be resumed, where Spartan will be the first out. And we will put on Fight Fest 1, which will contain 45 fights in an all-day festival kind of style.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be broken bones and broken hearts, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I know you got a lot of big fights on there, and I know Godbeer and you are partners in that point, right? Is Godbeer going to be in the house that night too?
Mark will probably be there. He'll be showing up. I know Mark's got, can't say too much, but Mark could have some news himself coming very soon that's going to pretty much shock the world. So I can't say too much on that because it's not my story, and I'm not Mark, but I know that he's working on something at the minute that could potentially be a jaw dropper. Also, the other good news is me and Mark are about to launch the Ring BKB company now. So the good news this week's been we found some really good financial backers, and it's going to put us on a platform like no other. So you can expect to see some real big names coming into that ring and fighting Barenuckle for Spartan.
So you're literally, legitly not y'all still doing the hay bale fights, but y'all are going to have a ring too now.
Yeah, Mark, we've got 5 branches in the UK. 4 branches do the bales and 1 does the ring. We've just opened branches there's going to be shows in Mexico, Italy, and soon enough, the big old US of A.
I was going to tell you, about 2 months ago, about a month ago, I was Alabama sanctioned, and I got all my paperwork, and right now I've been talking to a few people. I'm trying to throw something up here in Alabama for real, like Barenuckle.
Yeah, they just did their first sanctioned fight.
Kick your ass. Do it. I didn't bring the team over and hand your ass to you.
See, look, that's what. See, this is what I want. I want to come over there, man. Hey, you remember we had a private message a few weeks ago? I had a dude trying to fuck with me like hard, and I begged you in a private message to fly me over there, didn't I?
You did, and that's a promise that we'll keep.
Yeah. So Harrison Akeem, whenever the sanctions are banned, we're gonna go to the pit, man. I don't have to fucking worry about the Americans. They say it's too sanctioned over here, man.
Yeah. But when you get in the Spartan pit, you've seen it for yourself. This is a different fucking breed, man.
Oh, it's different, man. I mean, when I watch your fights, these motherfuckers are just I mean, and then the referee stops it just to make sure you're still alive, man. You don't see that in most stuff.
They got the red towel.
We ain't fucking with these people, man. When they get in that pit, they are looking to genuinely decapitate people. So
it's not about
breed, man.
I know, I loved it, man. But I was going to ask you before we talk about that. We was talking about you were in some about Dada 5000, the BOB organization. Are you in talks with them or anything?
Listen, he knows what was said, and I know what was said on a private message. He gave me his word that we were going to maybe hook up in the future and do some fighting. He says he's the king of the small ring. Well, bring it. Who've you got? My Leo Pla fights for him. I love Leo Pla. He's a really nice guy. He's a humble gentleman, a great fighter. But listen, these boys over here are a different fucking breed. There's a different level. So, Dada, if you're out there watching, you talk a good game. Let's hear it. Let's see your best team, and let's see my best team, and let's see who walks away.
Hey, I'll tell you, Crazy Joe. He's a Hall of Famer in like the all of fighting over here, and he's got fighters that's fighting. He's got fighters that's fighting today for Dada. I'm gonna send him this message. I'm gonna send him this message today for sure. Because I have. So what are y'all trying to do? Are y'all trying to make it just like you want to do like a tournament or something?
Listen, if he puts his best 15 men up, I'll put my best 15 men up, and we'll see what happens. I know what'll happen, and you know what'll happen as well. You've seen the caliber. You've seen Darnell John, Andrew Anthony, Aaron Lambourne. The list goes on. They're all killers, legit.
All of them. Tony. I tagged Tony in it.
Tony. The list goes on. You can just keep naming them. Listen, Jamie Hendry, all big names, man, all big bangers. And if he's saying he's king of the small ring, I've seen the size of his ring. That's about 10x10 or 12x12. This is 8x8, man. When you're in your corner, you can reach out and touch the other guy's hand, right? Let me tell you this.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
no one gets out that pit conscious who loses.
I was going to tell you, man, I've been talking to a bunch of people. They've been asking me different stuff about like Barenuckle and stuff. And I said, man, that pit fighting's for real. I mean, if you really want to fuck somebody up, jump in the fucking pit. There's nowhere to go. But damn.
We've got a lad over there, a few lads over there that, I'm not going to say too much at the moment. Me and David Feldman now, I've had a bit of a talk, and and we're going to talk at the end of this week. Nothing's set in stone. I mean, me and David Feldman don't really know each other that well. We've crossed paths a few times and we've had a few chats. But listen, I'm hoping to put something in place with him soon. And if we do, I've also some of these pit fighters like your Darnell Johns, your Robbie Adamsons, your Andrew Anthony, all these guys can fight the ring as well, man.
I was going to ask you, a lot of people don't understand it. Like British, it's been, Barenuckle's been allowed in, y'all been doing that forever. Over here, I mean, besides street fights, it's only been for like 3 years or so. Like these guys are born and bred. It's like where I'm from, Alabama. It's football, all the sport. I mean, there's certain people who are just meant to fucking do it. And the British fighters, I've seen every one of them. They fucking mean to do it, man.
Yeah, listen, it's I mean, don't get me wrong. I do follow the American stuff. I love what Dada 5000 does. I think it's brutal. I think it's honest fighting. That's what we call it, honest fighting. When you put fighters in a bigger stage, in a bigger space, that then becomes footwork and skill. When they're in a small space, it becomes grit, determination, and the will to win, and a jaw like granite. That's what you need there, your attributes. That's the kind of fighting. When you come to the Spartan pit, it's knockout or be knocked out. Simple as that.
Who? I know you got Phil Barone. You got some big guys coming over to that. But back to the Dave thing. Are you talking about having like coming to the BKFC? Or are you talking about having like a one thing, or that talking about them coming over there? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna speak to Mr. Feldman. We've agreed to have a chat with each other, so I'm gonna chat to him. But I'm gonna tell him that I've got fighters that can come over who are accomplished, who I believe, and I do believe this. I've looked at the world champions in their weight, and I've looked at the lads who I think I could put in them weights, and I'm telling you, it would be a close run thing, man. We've got some really talented fighters at the moment, and I'm signing more fighters all the time.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about Godbeer because I was just curious. Like I saw him talking about the MMA Barenuckle. Is that something he's trying to get into?
Well,
I'm curious, man.
All I'll say is there's a lot said about Mark, but the one thing you can't say about Mark is he would never pull out of a fight intentionally. I've never known him to do that. And the other thing is, if the price is right, it wouldn't matter if you were fighting with sledgehammers. He would fight.
Fucking sledgehammers. I love that. God damn it, dude. You just made my day there. Fucking
Mate, he's a genuine hard man.
Can I ask you about that? The Mick Terrell fight. We were in Birmingham for that fight because I wanted to see that fight, and then it didn't happen. Tell me, you know Mark's side of it because everybody's just kind of been shitting on Mark about it. That's all I see on social media. Like they're always doing it. And I was like, man, he fought in the UFC. I don't think he's fucking scared of anybody. I don't. What was the deal on that?
Well, you know, I hope it's okay for me to cover this. I hope Mark understands me answering this, but while I'm on the platform, I might as well. But yeah, to my knowledge, Mark was contacted and offered the fight with Michael Terrell, who, may I add, I like as well. Michael's a good lad, and he's a very good fighter, man. Very good fighter. But Mark was offered the fight. Mark accepted the fight. Mark went away to start doing some training and stuff, and I believe Mickey did as well, and Mickey lost a few stone as well for it. He was taking it really serious. But, you know, the fight was never going to happen. The fight was never destined to happen because there was no visas sorted out, nothing like that sorted out, and they couldn't get them themselves. It had to be from the BKFC. So as far as I'm aware, they were never sorted out or got for the fighters. And I don't believe that either fighter received a fight contract to sign. So even though the poster went out and it went out onto social media saying that the fight was happening, nothing was ever agreed or set in stone. So I think there was fuck-ups on all sides, and I think valuable lessons were learned from all sides. But I think the loser here is the public, because whether you like it or not, Brit and a Brit, they are two of the top 5 in the world right now.
They didn't want them to actually fight for the belt. I don't think that. I don't think they didn't want to pair. They wanted to try to pair them before the belt. But no,
I'll go on record and say, and I want to shout out and say, good luck to my man Sam Shoemaker. Really got a lot of time for Sam. He's a really nice guy. The Hillbilly Hammer.
You, baby.
I hope he knocks. What's his face? Spark out.
Joe.
I hope he knocks him spark out with the hammer. I hope he doesn't. But, you know, I'm going to say this respectfully, knowing with the company that they keep, but I think whoever would have won that fight out of Mark Godbeer and Mickey Terrell would undoubtedly go on to be the BKFC heavyweight champion and reign for a while.
Hey, man, Mick Terrell, I've seen his stuff, man. Mick, when he fought Josh Burns, I mean, he knocked his fucking nose. His nose was hanging on his face. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I'm going to say, first off, the organization, I'm going to take Godbeer's side on this. I kind of believe him a little bit because right now their June fight, they don't even know where they're going to fucking have their fights. I've got people that I know that's already bought plane tickets and everything, and they don't even know when they're doing it now. So, I mean, the unorganization a little bit might have been unorganization that way.
I don't believe for a minute, and I'll go on record and saying I'm not disrespecting David Feldman because he's a cracking promoter and a good businessman, but I think the people who are representing Feldman or working on his behalf to get this job done after he's agreed to fight didn't get their job done.
Yep. That's what I was thinking, man. And I was going to ask you the question. I know you got how many fights are you going to have in the pits in August?
44.
All right, man. All right. Phil Baroni, he's fighting.
How many title fights?
How many title fights? 11 on the August show.
That's crazy.
Do you have any big names coming over besides Phil? Any other Americans coming over?
None. None of them are big enough.
That's right. Hey, let me.
How 35% of the fights are title fights. Holy shit!
You can all get some. There's loads of work here for you. Come and get some.
How is it like traveling over there? Are you when y'all are having the fights? Is it going to be okay, or are they going to be? They're not on lockdown, or are they going to be?
It's lifted.
On June the 21st, on this Monday coming. On this Monday coming, we're allowed to go back into restaurants and pubs and clubs and stuff now. So I'd say when they said on the 21st of June, they are going to absolutely move all restrictions. So we are back to normal on the 21st of June. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so what time is this thing going to start? I told you it last time we were talking to you. I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch Dada 5000 tonight. You know, I love the shit, and I'm researching because Christian, I'm telling you, I'm coming over to Britain sometime. Very, very. Whenever they let a motherfucking American come over like me, I'm gonna come over there just to come over there.
Yeah, we're looking to get more Americans on the show. Believe it or not, I'm not going to name the guy, but I couldn't come to an agreement with him the other week. But I was talking with an American heavyweight boxer who's had 16 pro fights and won 15.
Ooh. Dude, that's it. Now, I know I was looking at it, and I'm telling you, and everybody thinks when Phil comes over, Phil's got a guy sitting there waiting for him. I've been chatting with him on Facebook. He's training now, all the stuff. I don't think Phil understands that's going to be a long flight back to America, sore, does he not?
Darnell John's a tough motherfucker, man. Listen, he's the only fighter that I've seen in the Spartan pit that no matter how small the pit is, he always looks like he's got plenty of room.
I was going to tell you a crazy video about him. The first video you sent me, it looked like he had his blue jean shorts on. He hopped over into a hay bale. Dude hit him in the face. You thought the dude rocked him. And then he just beat the shit out of the dude. I said, this motherfucker's for real right here.
Yeah, mate. He's a tough guy, man. I think the pit will suit Phil Baroni. I think Phil Baroni, you know, he's had a long, good career, a brilliant career. He's coming to the end of that career now. I don't think he needs to be dancing around a 14-foot ring chasing his opponent because his cardio wouldn't hold out. So the last thing a fighter ever loses is the power. So, you know, all he's got to do is stand in the pocket and bang, and he's made a career out of that. So this should suit him really good.
Hey, you should have got his buddy that he's what's his name? The former UFC fighter. I can't think of his name. He fought crap. He's one of my shit. They're arguing right now saying he was screwing his wife and stuff. Crap. You should get that guy over there to fight him. What's the dude that fought the Ultimate Fighter against Forrest Griffin in the first one? I can't think of his name. Crap. But they're going at it on social media because they were best friends. And Phil's talking about, you know, I fucked your wife and all that stuff, you stupid drunk. And I'm like, dude, you're best friends and you're saying that? Holy fuck.
Phil is legit fucking nuts, man.
I love that shit, man. Hey, look, you got to be nuts to come over there, man. I'm telling you. Anybody watching this, I want you to picture. All right, now you say, I want you, like, what size is the Barenuckle BKFC ring? What size is that?
8.
Okay.
It's through David Feldman's or mine.
I'll have to find out. But okay, you go to that. Dada 5000 is a little smaller. But when you're getting
mine's 7'7" by 7'7".
You know, Yao Ming could lay down in your fucking pit and touch side to side. That's how small your pit is, man. That is fucking ridiculously awesome.
Mate, listen, we deal in knockouts.
What?
Hey, I got to bounce.
No, you're cool. That's cool. Hey, Chris,
holding it down.
Oh yeah, we're about to break these fights. I want to talk about these fighters.
All right, Christian, thank you. Have fun with Cody and everyone else. I'll try to stop in the comments. So I got some shit going on at the house now though. But
hey, share it in the group so they can get it because this is about to be funny as hell. We got some good shit coming. We got some good. All right, Christian. All right, man. So let me ask you. I want to talk about your fighters. All right, you got a list. Who's fighting for the belts, man? Because look, a lot of people don't know this, but I feel like fighting in that pit like you do, you've got to be some of the toughest people in the world. So these are some tough belts to get. Who's fighting for your belts, man? Because I want to get these people on here because I love this kind of fighting.
Well, on Fight Fest 1 in July the 3rd, we've got a really anticipated fight here. We've got Robbie Adamson, unbeaten, up and coming lightweight. He's British champion. He's just stopped every single opponent. He's just tough, man. And he's going to go up against Tony Meehan, unbeaten, world lightweight champion.
Yeah, Tony's a badass, dude. Tony's badass.
Badass as well. So You know, you got Robbie and Tony. The public have been waiting to see this for about a year and a half now. So I've kept them apart long enough. So we roll that one now. Other fighters to mention: Jack McLeod, up and coming lightweight. He's going to be fighting for the European title against Jack Kirkbright. That again is going to be an absolute war. So that's another good fight. We've got Aaron Lambourne facing Wayne Morgan Jr. for the world heavyweight title.
What weight are they sitting at? That's what. Are your weight classes just like? Is it 206 and up? How do you do your weight classes?
No, we do it in stones, which is.
Oh yeah, I got you. Not bad. I'm talking about. But is it about the same, like weight wise?
Well, they don't weigh 240 even U.S. pounds.
There you go. See, I got to learn these stone things. See, I got to learn this stuff, man. I've only been over there a few times, you know. And I when they told me, they asked me, the first experience I ever had over there, they said we need a pound. And I was like, dude, are you fucking talking about weed? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you need? I swear to God, man. I was like, look, but that's why I tell people. One experience I was over there, I saw a group of guys just walk outside and get in a circle, and they had like a tournament with like 5 people fighting over there. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? They were like, this is what we do. We love to fight over here. I was like,
we're an island race. It's what we do. Fighting and fucking, we're first at. Everything else, we're second at. That's
what I mean. You in your car, and like Good John, for instance, a lot of people are not giving him credit about Palomino coming up. And Good John has been fighting Barenuckle his whole life, right?
Not his whole life. He was a professional glove fighter first who won an English title, and he's a very accomplished boxer. So, you know, he's fought on Sky Sports. You know, he's been at the highest level there, and he's come across to Barenuckle. Tyler is a very, very, very slick operator, and he's very accurate as well. His head movement's phenomenal. You know, the performance that you seen him last time in America, there's more to that performance than meets the eye.
He had COVID, man. He had COVID and shit. That was it.
He had COVID and stuff, mate, and he still got in there and beat one of the top boys. So, listen, he's coming over there and he'll be coming over there confident. I expect Tyler to get the win.
I was going to ask you, because that's one. Palomino, if people look at Palomino, he's fought Justin Gaethje. He actually beat Jorge Street Jesus. You know, he beat, you know, he's beat some guys, and he's tough, but he was calling everybody out. But now he's saying it's personal with Good John. And I think Good John's playing with his head a little bit. You know, fighting's a psychological thing. If you're fucking with him like that hard, and you make I mean, Good John's smooth too. I'm gonna give Good John. I think Good John's got a real good chance.
Listen, I think Good John smokes him. Watch, he'll give him a boxing clinic. Watch, it won't be wild swinging anything else. Palomino will be punching fresh air all night. Trust me.
I'll tell you right now, the fight I wanted to see before Good John got this fight, I was talking to Tom Shelf on the show and stuff. Tom, after he had his big win, he went down to 155. He's fighting people his size, not fighting bigger people. And after our last conversation, we were talking about Tom. Tom was like, me and Good John would put on the best boxing show there is. He said it would be the fight of the year. And I was like, fuck yeah, I already knew that. And then they got Palomino, and I was like, oh, shit. So he gets the belt. Tom's winning. Maybe we can see that.
I'm a big fan of Tom's. I've not really spoke to Tom online. I don't know him, but I am a massive fan of the way he fights. He's a really gritty, determined customer, and I like that. And you need that heart when you're in there. You know, you're getting punched on. This Tom shows as tough as they come. But I'm telling you, for real, man. Tyler Goodjohn's a different breed at that weight. He's slick. He's elusive. And he's underrated, man, with the power he generates with them shots. Listen, you watch him against, I forget the guy's name from BKB, freaking Reed.
Oh, BKB, I got
you. No, Tyler gave him a clinic, mate, absolute clinic. The guy was punching air all night, you know, so make no mistake, Tyler's got a bang live chance in this fight. He wins this fight for me. He outboxes the kid over distance.
I think he's got some good. I think his head. I've watched some clips. He's got real good head movement. He's kind of, and you know, Palomino. I don't know if he's going to try. I think he's going to try to clinch him a lot. But if you can't touch him, you can't clinch him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think his jab's going to help him out a lot. I've had a lot of people tell me I'm a fucking idiot about it. But whatever the odds are, he's going to be a big underdog. I'm probably going to throw some money on it.
I might put some money on him if he's an underdog as well, because I'm telling you, I wouldn't write Tyler off against anybody in the sport.
No, that's what I feel like if you jump in there and you're doing it and you've won some and you keep doing it, I mean, you got to be something. I feel like because I like watching the British fighters and stuff, and like Mick Terrell, I'm a huge fan of Mick Terrell. I always comment and things, and I don't think people understand how good the British fighters are until they come over here. I really don't think they understand.
Yeah, it's a different. I think as well with the British fighters, it's hard when they come over to America, because in America, you encourage the clinch in the fight. Over in England, as soon as you clinch, you broke.
Yep.
So it's hard for the English fighters to adapt that. But fighters like Terrell, Good John, Godbeer, the big Brits, come over. They're already accomplished, mate. Mark's fought in some of the best disciplines at the top level for 10 years on every platform. He's fought at the UFC, Bellator, it's all over, mate. So he can adjust. So can Terrell. Terrell's fought some good styles as well. I know he's not just been a Barenuckle fighter, he's been a K1 fighter and things like that. So he knows how to adjust. Tyler Goodjohn, it likes to fight in the pocket anyway and move out the way and make you miss. So he can adjust to the clinch as well. But Tyler would work very well away from the clinch. I don't see Tyler clinching to hit very often.
I really feel like he's going to work his jab, and his jab's going to get him. I really do. And people, like I said, I feel like it's going to be a better fight than people are trying to portray it. But we were talking about, you said Sam Shoemaker earlier. I'm a big Sam Shoemaker fan, and I'm the one that thinks he's going to win. And I'm going to ask you, all right, you've seen guys like experienced fighters, like Joey's experienced. He's been around. He's everything UFC all the way up. But the thing that I was saying is Joey's got a new girlfriend now. Hey, Britain Hart. She's a boxer. She's a lot younger than him. He's almost 40. I think he's about 40. And you're having to hang out in a new love interest with a woman. Women can fuck with your head, right? And you see Sam's running like crazy. Sam's training, like his videos is fucking phenomenal. I don't think they're respecting Sam. I think a love interest might hurt him. And I really think Sam's going to shock the fucking world that night. I really do.
I think I like Sam. I've spoke to Sam on a couple of occasions. Very respectful, very humble gentleman. Really like Sam. With Sam Shoemaker, he's a dangerous customer because he carries one-punch knockout power. So, if he lands that hammer, you are out cold. Yeah. So you've got that to think about. The thing is, I give Sam a big chance in this fight because I don't believe Beltran's got the one-punch power to put him to sleep. But I believe Shoemaker has. Now, the reason I said to you before that the winner of Godbeer and Terrell, I don't see any of them losing to Beltran is Beltran's quite short, no?
He used to fight.
6'5", Terrell's 6'3", is he 6'2"? Listen, either of them guys are going to keep Beltran on the end of a jab for 5 rounds and bust him to bit.
Yeah.
So I think the Shoemaker fight's tailor-made for Beltran because it's stand in the pocket and bang. But like I say, Sam's got the one-punch power to take your lights clean out.
And if you look at his training on Facebook, Sam's working up because Beltran's cardio is everything. His cardio gets the win. He always out-cardios everybody. And Sam's working his cardio really good. So if you take away the cardio aspect and it's just throw hands in the middle of the ring, I mean, power, I'm going to lead the power. That's what I was saying. But like I get, people tell me I'm wrong a lot. So, I was just like, fuck
Listen, if Sam Shoemaker hits Beltran clean, he won't have to rely on his cardio because he'll be getting oxygen.
Yeah, that's what because this is because of Beltran. He said that he wants to fight Mick Terrell because Mick's the linear champion and everybody said he's the best and everything. And I was like, man, you might need to just think about Shoemaker just for a little bit, man. Because I'm telling you, I feel they're overlooking him. And we saw in the last fight, Josh Burns overlooked Frank Tate, I think. And Frank Tate, I was there, man. Brought the fucking house down that night. It was unreal in Birmingham.
Josh Burns wouldn't live with Mickey Terrell or Mark Godbeer. Not for a round.
Well, Mick Terrell beat him. Have you not seen that fight before?
I've seen him, mate, yeah, but this is different circumstances now. Fighters evolve down the line, you know what I mean? But I mean, at the current level where they're at now, I don't believe Josh Burns would live with either Mark or Mickey Terrell.
That fight they watched, I thought Josh was like blowing snot out of his nose, but his nose was literally hanging that night. And I heard that in over there, the BKB or whatever, they wrap over their knuckles. Do they still do that?
No, they have their open knuckles. BKBTM at the O2. You know, I don't really get on with the owners, but you know, you can't deny what they've done. Company. They've got a good company going on. They're a pair of fucking idiots, but you know, they're each to their own. That's what we do. But
how's that over there?
They don't wrap the knuckles. They wrap the wrists the same as we do. We have nothing covered in the knuckles.
Dude, you're the only you are real bare knuckle. I mean, y'all literally just put a wrap and go over your hand. All these other places that have all this stuff. I've seen you're old school, like old school wrapping, man. That's what I see.
Just wrap the wrist for support so it doesn't bend, and then get it on.
I was gonna ask you when, I know Phil's coming over there. When do you think it's gonna be okay when just like for instance, somebody that's like a bare knuckle guy over here that's not big, but he wants to come over there and fight. When do you think that'll open up for him?
Well, it's opening up our end on June the 21st, but it depends when they open at your end, doesn't it?
Yeah, everybody's weird, man. It's like nobody wants to do anything. And I'm like, come on, dude. Because look, when we were messaging, I was so fucking mad that day. That dude was talking about my kid. He talked about fuck my kids and all that shit. If you would have fucking shipped me a boat over into the fucking ocean, I would have jumped on it that day and sailed all the way to England to fight that motherfucker. I was dead serious that day.
I get it all the time over there. People threaten me, threaten my kids, threaten everything, you know, to my family. Listen, people will be haters, mate. You get haters wherever you go. But I did have a quick message for the haters. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck for anything.
That's brought to you by Turk House right there. To all the haters, we're gonna say that. No, because dude, I was telling you, I was like,
keep sucking. I'm gonna come.
Hey, if anybody, I guess if you have haters, that's a good thing. At least you have.
Listen, if you haven't got haters, you're doing something fucking wrong.
Yeah, those guys. So when your fights are they going to be on the pay-per-view still and everything, June 1st and all that stuff?
Yeah, man. Fight Fest is going to be. That's part of some of the big news we've got. That we're going to be getting some big sponsor and financial backing off a major company and broadcaster now. So we're going to be putting these live stream around the world soon, very soon enough for everybody. And soon the Spartan World app will be launched, and you will get 2 live shows per month.
Wait a second, you're going to have an app? Y'all got an app coming? That's even better, man. Hey, you're moving in. If you're getting an app, that means you're moving up into you're rolling now. Oh, dude. So, are you going to post like former fights on there too?
I'm fucking bigger than Eddie Earn. Fuck Eddie Earn. Who's Eddie Earn?
Okay, who the hell is he? Who the fuck is that guy? Right? That's what I tell the guys. Like Conor McGregor. Who
Eddie,
the fuck?
Fuck you, Eddie. Fuck Dana White. Fuck them all. Christian is the future, man.
If you were going to fight a promoter, who do you think would be the toughest promoter you would fight?
Have to be Dada 5000, wouldn't it?
He would be. I was going to say that, but I haven't really seen. You know, Dave. He was a boxer and stuff, so I didn't know how he was because Feldman's pretty tough.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, you know his brother is over celebrity boxing. Did you know that?
No.
His brother's the Lamar.
Yeah, I've seen him on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on a while back, and he said the fight to make is him against his brother. That'd be the pay-per-view, celebrity boxer against the Barenuckle. And I'm like, dude, that's the fight to make then. But now I always ask, like, if like promoters always if they get mad, Dada would be a bad motherfucker, but I don't think he has too much cardio.
No, but if he hits you, it's lights out.
That is it, man.
Who do I think the baddest promoter out there would be to fight? Obviously, the guy that works for me, Mark Godbeer, wouldn't be very pleasant to fight, would he?
Hey, that was a trick question. I said promoters anywhere.
Listen, if I come home and Mark Godbeer was in bed with my wife, I'd tuck him in.
Would you go bring him some tea? Go get him some tea and go get him.
Flip his pillows up and rub his feet for him.
Rub his feet, get him some tea and crumblies, and say anything else you need, man.
He's 6'4", 200 weight. I can assure you, it's gonna fucking sting a bit.
Oh shit!
Joey Beltran, if you're watching, you've had a fucking good touch there. You got off lightly.
High five. Let's go. I'll be back later on. I'll talk. No, look, man. I used to watch Godbeer. He's in the UFC, and you can see he's training. He's about to start training in gyms again. He's getting serious. Is he good? Do you think he fights in the BKFC, or do you think he fights somewhere else? That's why I know you can't announce it right now, but do you think that? I'm just curious because.
All I can say is I know he'll definitely fight again because he's a fighter. It's what he does. Do I think he'll fight in the BKFC? I hope so. I hope that David Feldman reaches out, or Nate Shuck, if you're watching. You know, that fight can still be made after June the 21st. I believe Mark would take that fight if the terms were right, and I believe Mickey Terrell would take the fight if the terms were right. You know, but who knows? But I would like to see him in the BKFC because I think as a fan, the public have got the right to know who's number one. And
Yeah,
if Mark doesn't fight in there and Mickey goes to the top, or vice versa, if Mark went there, Mickey didn't go to the top, or if someone else, people are always going to say, well, he never fought in there, so how do you know? Or if he, so it should be a good time to get them all in there and get it done now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like boxing. You know, boxing don't ever make the fights that need to be made. They kind of miss the fights until down the road. And, I mean, Birmingham fight.
Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao just before his 60th birthday, didn't he?
Yeah. You know what's sad is, and Manny had a dislocated shoulder, old as fuck, and he had to fight him right then. He could have. I've talked to people that's in the game, and they said that most people would have backed out of that fight. And Manny said, "That son of a bitch." Well, he didn't say it like that. He'll never fight me again if I don't keep on through the fight. Because Floyd's a genius. He knows how to fight people when they're under their prime, or they're too much of their prime, or they're YouTube stars. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, listen, if he fought Canelo again now, he'd get his head taken clean off.
If he would have fought Canelo 2 years ago, he fought Canelo when he was young, and he fought him when he was just, he's evolving, man. But as Canelo, you got to take the fight against Floyd, though.
Yeah, man.
Do you have any? I was going to ask you. Do y'all have any guys over there that I know? Tom, I know you got your fighters. Are they willing to come over here? Like for instance, Tony, would he come over and fight in the BKFC?
Yeah, but like I said before, I am going to speak to Mr. Feldman soon. We've made an agreement that we're going to have a bit of a chat, and I'll put one or two of me fighting stars over to him, and if he wants to put them on the show, I'm confident that I've got people in his weight division to take his champions' heads clean off.
What's his weight division?
Whose?
Tony's.
Tony Meehan.
Tony Meehan.
Tony Meehan's natural weight is 10 to 11 stone.
Hold on, let me get my British calculator out. Let me figure out what this is. 10, 11.
Well, 10 stone's 140 pounds, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so he could fight in the 145 weight class. That'd be a hell of a tournament. They got they're trying to fill a 145 tournament, man, and they haven't filled it yet. So that's why I was wondering that. I would like to see
over Tony Meehan, Robbie Adamson, Christy Bennett. He's been a pro boxer, so he's a decent scrapper. Robbie Adamson's a savage. Tony speaks for himself. Jack Kirkbride, Jack McLeod. We've got some really good lightweights at the moment, mate. And if they come over, they'll be fucking tough to beat, man. The British, remember, we're an island race. It's what we do.
So they're invading. That's what I was wondering. So that's why I put the British are coming. The British are coming.
That's why I say once more, Dada 5000. It's Christian Roberts who you spoke to on Instagram. We spoke about Spartan. All you sent me was a piss-ass message saying, I'm the king of the small ring. Prove it. I'm calling you out, your team. You put a team of fighters together. I will put a team of fighters together, and we'll come to Florida, and we'll knock your door, sir.
I promise you this. They will hear this because I've been talking to their management. I've been talking to a lot of people in the organization, and I want to say, because look, that'd be a hell of a show. I mean, it's all about showing. If they showed it, Americans, U.S. against Britain, the invasion, and you have that. Dada's, they're not as big as the BKFC yet, but if they had some massive, like something like that, I can tell you right now, I'm just going to say this right now. The organization, like the way they run their stuff, if they do some stuff right, they could come up there pretty quick because BKFC is so new and young. I mean, if you keep paying Paige Van Zandt $400,000 and only get 5,000 pay-per-view shows, you're going to go bankrupt. Do the math. The pay-per-view they had 5,000 sales, and they paid that girl $400,000. That don't add up, does it?
No, that's bad business.
That's what I used to do back in the day when I first got. We used to have checks and stuff. Oh, I got $100 in the bank. I might have 300 in there the next day. I might write a $110 check. You can't do shit like that, and that's what they did. And I'm gonna say, I would love to see that because like I said, I'm gonna start going to theirs and stuff. And I'm gonna say Christian Roberts, he wants to do it. And I'm pretty sure they'll want to do it too because Dada's old school too. He how y'all do your pits. I mean, he used to just find the fucking backyards, So I feel like they're kind of like y'all a little bit. So that would be the best thing to do.
I like Dada. He's all right. I used to follow him, myself, and I followed his backyard brawling and fights, and and he was the pioneer, man. He was the pioneer to people like me who run the pit now. He was the pioneer for me when I was looking up, and now I'm here. Listen, nobody likes to defeat the hero, but he needs to move over, man. Spartan is ready to serve him.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, like the way y'all, I like it because y'all are about fighting, less show. But I love the show and the shit talking. But I know that if y'all's two organizations get together, it's gonna be real. It's like, for instance, like Brandon. Is Brandon Lambert coming over there? I heard he's coming over.
Brandon Lambert, I wouldn't give him a mock job.
Not to yours. I'm just telling you. I've heard that BKFC's not going to let him fight.
And quite rightly, because he can't. He's a fucking wet wipe.
But I heard that he's talking to somebody, the BKB or something like that, or something like that.
Then all I can assume is they need someone to carry the spit bucket.
He's got some people I already know, but I was just wondering if you heard that or not, because I'm just curious.
I've got a bit of time for Brandon because I do actually like him, regardless of him calling me a wanker and a prick and everything all over Facebook. Which I forgive you, Brandon. I love you, baby. I'm going to make you my bitch.
Dude, that was the best line.
I like Brandon because no matter what you say about the kid, no matter what you say about him, he turned up and done it on the biggest stage out there.
Yes.
Now that takes fucking balls and courage. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, and he'll do it again. He'll do it again too. Like I literally
on one of my shows because if I had to give him £20, it'd be 19 too much.
The one thing I like about Brandon is like if Palomino said, "Hey, I want to fight Brandon today," he would sign the fucking contract and fight Palomino.
He's fucking crazy.
I love that. That's what I'm saying. I love that and all that stuff. So, but I know you.
To be honest, it's mistakes like that blagging your way onto the big stage and saying you can fight and blagging it and getting on. You might not want to be world champion, but eventually you're going to bump into some fucker who does want to be world champion. You're going to get hurt, So common sense has to prevail, man. The promoter's doing the right thing by maybe not putting him on the biggest stage. Maybe he does suit being on a few smaller shows and see how he gets on. But he's got my respect because he turned up and he got in there and done it. But can he fight? Listen, mate, he couldn't fight fucking sleep.
The Good John in his fight's never going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
If he fought Tyler Goodjohn, he would spend a month in hospital.
Hey, now, I mean, some people like that, though. The hospital, you get to stay there a month, get free food, all kinds of shit.
Food and all that, yeah, but it'll be through a fucking straw if he fights Tyler. Yeah. Listen, Brandon, like I say, has got balls of steel, man. He turned up and walked the walk and he talked the talk. Unfortunately, he's not the best of fighters, but listen, he's got the heart as big as a lion, mate, and that shouldn't be taken for granted, And I hope he does make a go of it. I hope he finds his level, and he has a few fights in that. But seriously, dude, imagine putting him in with Robbie Adamson or Tony Meehan or fucking Chrissy Bennett or one of my lads. It wouldn't end good.
I know, man. That's what I was wondering, man. Because that's what I was wondering. I was wondering because I had to ask you about that because I know that you see that. I mean, if he was going to fight in BKFC, they would have got him a fight. Everybody's challenging him. He gets challenged every day. So I'm like, shit, but it's crazy, man. You'd be shocked over here in America. Fighters challenge everybody. Like that guy, he tagged Nate Shook and said, let Cody fight me. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll fight this bitch on the stage, you know, like, and then you know what they told me? You know what they told us? I want to tell you, I never messaged Nate Shook. Jake was on here. Jake messaged him and said, hey, you got this guy, Harrison Hakeem, talking about Cody's kids, challenging him. Cody's training at Rocket City Boxing Gym. If you see the gloves, I got their gloves to challenge them. I'll fight the motherfucker at 185. And they told him he needs to go to tryout. And I'm like, you know what their tryout is over here? They hit pads. They hit pads. And this is why.
That's fucking crazy, man.
What's your tryouts? What are y'all's tryouts? I want to know, like what's y'all, because if you want to get into BKFC, you know what you got to do? You've got to go. You got to hit some pads. You got to show them you got some head movement. You don't get punched or nothing. And then they put you in the ring.
Well, clearly. But anyway, yeah, what's ours? Well, we try and stick now to more proven fighters, the ones who haven't fought. We will get them to send us maybe a training video or sparring video or something. You know, you can't assess people who've never fought before, but, you know, if you're a really good promoter and you look at someone for 2 minutes, you can tell whether they've got the grace of having a scrap or not. You know, I'm sure that, you know, we're aiming to open gyms ourselves soon where we can get people in, have open days. But that again will be done with sparring. We'll see the abilities of different people, and then I'll know which shows to put them on. You know, eventually, when you get the right formula running for you, you can run an academy where you've got the lower fighters coming up and the ones who've been at the top are on the way back down. So you get a good mixture of breed going up and down. So it makes for some good shows, you know.
Yeah, you ought to get you down the road after this big one, have like a tournament where people that's one fight and under gets in it, different weight classes. And, you know, if you win the turn or you do whatever, that, you know, that would be pretty cool there. You know, like say if somebody does that, because then that gets, because I feel like, like I said, like Brandon Lambert, I feel like bare knuckles different than boxing. It's different than anything. It's a dog world. Are you willing? Are you going to get busted up? Are you going to back down and you keep fighting? I feel like it's a different breed. So some boxers can't do it, like Pork Chop over here, Chop Chop or whatever his name is. He quit when he fought in a few shows ago, and he fought Floyd Mayweather the distance. You know, it's a different breed.
Yeah, man. It's I've seen professional boxers come over to Barenuckle. I won't name the boxer and I won't name the show because I don't like the promoters. Fucking cock.
Are they the ones that called the cops on you that one time? Are they the ones that had the cops chasing you? Because I remember I read the story about y'all were at war with cops and stuff for a minute.
Yeah, over in the UK, other promoters reveling, other promoters misfortune because of a bunch of cunts. But listen, that's how it is. I'm sure everybody in the rest of the world's laughing at the way we conduct ourselves in the UK. But
oh no, I wanted to ask you: Are you part of the Peaky Blinders, man? Because you fucking remind me, like you have like a switchblade up in your hat right there. That's what you remind me of the Peaky Blinders show. Oh no, you ain't got a hat on. I thought you would. Look, hold on, I got one. Hold on. Well, never mind. I can't find it. I have my Peaky Blinders hat. My granddad used to wear it, and I just wanted to see it. I put me just to see it, man. That was the perfect little hat for those razor blades back in the day.
Well, we could have some fish, chips, and a cup of tea.
Hey, that's my favorite. Look, I'm telling you, Christian. Look, you get you a little tournament. Once you bring these Americans over, I want to come over. I want to interview your fighters. I love it over there. Eat some fish and chips. And if you hate guys that talk about kids, I know a guy you could bring over, and I promise you, dude, he tried to apologize to me, but I don't take apologies that well, man.
No. If they're having to apologize, and they've already took the piss.
That's what I was saying, and you got kids, and I saw that cool thing because you know you got daughters and stuff, and I know how it is, and I just was like, you know what? I told my kids, I said, I'm gonna whoop this. I'm going to England. I'm gonna go to Ireland. If they want to put me in Iraq, I will fight this motherfucker. Because over here in America, they won't let me fight him because he's on the contract. But he tagged me. It's some fucked up shit, ain't it?
Come over to my show. I'll give you the baseball bat each, and you can still have it.
We'll give him the bat. Look, I'm telling you, I'm dead serious, Christian. After this, I'm gonna hit you messages. I mean, you can talk to my coach, everything. I took a psychological test last week. Tennessee said they will approve me as a pro if I take a psychological test, and now I got to do all the tests. because all I got on this mind is this, because one of my daughters almost died. She had open heart surgery, right, when she was born. And I had to go through all that, and then motherfucker saying, fuck your kids, you little bitches, and all that shit. I'm like, dude, you're fucking about to get fucked.
Yeah, there's a line that you don't cross. I mean, bring in partners and kids, and we have this promoter over here in the UK, and he's a fucking prick. Two of them, and they're always disrespecting and putting pictures of my dead father-in-law up and other stuff like that, and listen, you got to take this with a pinch of salt and just know that when you see them next, you can hang them around the neck with your hand and squeeze until their eyes swell up or something. But they're the fantasy thoughts I have until I actually see them in person. And when I see them in person, you both are. I'll be seeing you guys.
Hey, look, I was gonna tell you, I'm gonna. Man, I know you're about to. I gotta get you off because you're busy, and it's actually nighttime there. So I was gonna. So anything you want to say to Doc? Because I promise you, as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna hit him a message. What like where would you find? Would you want to come over here, or would y'all want them to come over there, or how would it be?
Who am I addressing? Dada 5000. All right, Dada. We've spoke on Instagram, we've spoke on Facebook, we've spoke all over. You were saying it. I'm kidding if I think I'm the king of the small ring. I'm not the king of the small ring. You're the king of the small ring. I'm the fucking ace, buddy. We're the biggest. So we've got nothing to prove. We're the biggest out there. He wants to fucking show me he's the king of the small ring. Put a 15-man team together. I will come over to Florida and hand him his ass.
Look, I was going to tell you, don't go to Florida. Florida's a 10-8. Anytime you get knocked down, it's a 10-8. Florida, and people don't know that. In Florida, you might outstrike a guy. If they're doing judging and everything, you might outstrike him. Tom Shelf lost to a knockdown.
It's going to be in a pit. They won't go to the judges.
That's what I'm saying. Will he do it in the pit, though? Will he do that?
Well, that's the challenge. He's saying he's king of the small ring. Well, this is my small ring, and I'm the ace. So if he wants to say he's the king of the small ring, then let's have a two-leg tournament. One at his and one at mine. What's he used now? That gay Trigon thing? How gay. Let's get in them 88 bales and let's see who the fucking real men are.
I was going to tell you, for real, Alabama, I was telling you about Alabama. I spoke to him, and I asked him, I said, what do I have to do to be sanctioned? And they gave me all the stuff. I said, if I had some hay bales, they said, as long as they're wrapped up, they don't give a shit. So what I'm saying is I know for a fact there's a state right now that will sanction it, because I've been talking to people, right? I've had guys, they asked me about it, and I did all the paperwork to figure out what I had to do. And I know for a fact that Alabama, as long as you have the judges and all that shit, they don't give a fuck what you're in.
That's right.
So Dada, there it is. We can make this happen now for real.
Where you ass at, Dada?
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. And any shout outs you want to give today, Christian?
Pardon?
You got any shout outs you want to give, sponsors or any shout outs?
Like a shout out my partner, and I'd like to. He makes a lot possible by backing me on everything I do. So that's always good to have someone like that in your corner. She's a good girl. Like shout out my sponsors. I forgot their names. Ecotech Systems, Scott West Shellfish, Pixeloo Entertainment, Spoxio, a new sporting app that's coming out where fighters can register on the app and get picked up around the world by agents. So they're all good.
Really? I've never heard that. What was that again?
As well, shout out Gravity Security, who now took over all the security at Spartan event. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to my princess at home, Cara. Miss you, baby. Love you lots.
I was gonna tell you, I'm gonna hit you because I know your fights are coming up. I'm gonna hit Tony and them up and try to get them on to talk and all that stuff. Just because I'm telling you, people don't know until they get to see it what y'all do over there. They don't know. It's like it's a fucking, y'all are a different breed. That's why that's why when yesterday you sent me, I said, anytime Christian messages me and says, let's talk, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's talk, because y'all for real, man. But hey, man, you get me over there, I'll video every one of your guys, and I'll pay you money just to let me whoop that dude's ass. I'm serious. That's how serious I am.
We'll sort that out, mate. Don't you worry.
No worry. Hey, for real. And everybody go to Spartan, check it out. When he's going to put the links out there for the pay-per-view, I'm telling you, just picture Yao Ming, the former NBA player, 7'6", laying down. That's how big of a ring they're fighting in, guys. I want y'all to think about that.
One more final shout out to all our fans in America. They get messages daily on the inbox of the Americans and stuff. And, you know, we can't thank you guys enough for the support, and we cannot wait to open a branch over there and get over there and entertain you guys. We absolutely love you guys.
The super fan Jeff loves y'all to death. We were talking about that yesterday, man. And I'm gonna get Jeff on here because I love his stuff and everything. And I feel
massive shout out to Jeff, the super fan. We had a good little chat the other day. He's a top bloke, Jeff.
Yeah, I feel like we're y'all cheerleaders over here going, woo, let's go. Yeah, but anyway, man, I know you're busy. You got your kid over there and everything, and that's a blessing. So I'll let you get out of here, man.
Have a good evening, boys, and thanks for having me on the show, guys. And massive shout to all the American fans.
All right, let's make it happen. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Christian. Oh, guys. All right. So, as you can see, Christian has a lot of stuff going on. He's talking to Dada 5000. He's talking to Mr. Dave, BKFC. He's got other stuff going on. We were supposed to. I thought we was gonna have Godbeer on, but then they got tied up in time, and their time zone's a little different. We're looking at. I was like right now where I'm at to their time. It's like 9 o'clock there or something. But I wanted to give I gamble a lot, guys. So I was going to do my UFC picks right fast. I was supposed to do it the last night, but we had some people get sick and stuff. I'm going to go with Chandler. I'm going to bet money on Chandler tonight. Chandler, I really think he's a different breed. I'm going to put money on Chandler. And Tony. I think Tony, he's training with a lot of people, St. Pierre's. He's training his boxing. His head movement looks better. He's at a different camp. And I feel like Tony's about to make another run right here. So if I was going to bet money tonight, I'd bet money on Chandler and Tony. If I'm wrong, I fucking lost money tonight. Jake's out today. He was on earlier. He's on a family trip. He was in his Jeep. But I was trying to hold it down a little bit. We got some good stuff coming up next week. We're going to have the GOAT Agency talking about all their organization. They're one of the top ones in BKFC. When we buy our tickets, we bought our tickets from them, Scott, and they're a very good organization, and they got some very good fighters like Quinn Henry and Elvin, a lot of Brandon, like I can name so many of them, Ryan. So we're going to have a lot of good talk about that. And we have Tuesday night, we're going to have Turp House owner Jay on. He's got a couple of fighters. And we're going to talk about that. But anyway, guys, I know it's Saturday, and y'all are probably like, what the fuck are you doing a show on Saturday? I'm like, I don't know. But everybody go to www.turphousefarms.com. Promo code Blunts. They got some really good CBD stuff for pain and different things. They have nice creams and stuff. Give them that. Save you some money. Go to Anchor FM/Mind of Fighting. We're on Spotify and everything like that. We're going to start doing a lot more shows now. We got a few more sponsors about to come on. We even got a sex pill, guys. So if you have an erection problem, we got one coming, guys, to help you out. Deuces.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Inside the Minds of Fighting. Make sure to follow on socials for exclusive posts and upcoming guests.